Welcome to Gods DB, where we cover Gods Unchained, the digital competitive card game. Today's video is a short summary of the Afterlife ability in Gods Unchained. Afterlife effects trigger when a creature on the board dies or when a piece of equipment is destroyed. The particular effect that triggers is listed on the card. Now there are innumerable types of Afterlife effects. It's whatever the game designers can come up with. That said, there are some fairly common ones, and we have a few of them listed here. Often there is an Afterlife effect that summons an additional creature. So you can see on Trojan Golem, when Trojan Golem dies, the player summons a 1/1 injured soldier with frontline. Another common Afterlife effect is to buff creatures. So Blind Martyr, it has an Afterlife effect that gives +2/+2 to all other friendly creatures. So when that card goes to your void, when it is destroyed, it gives +2/+2 to all other friendly creatures. Healing is another common Afterlife effect. With Cudgel of Atonement, this is a weapon. After you use Cudgel of Atonement enough that it's destroyed, so ordinarily that's going to be twice, the Afterlife effect on the Cudgel is to heal your god for 4 health. Again though, Afterlife effects there is a wide variety of them. Death Mask, for example, is a unique Afterlife effect. There's a Roar effect, which is covered in another video, in which you choose a creature. And the Afterlife effect is when the Death Mask dies, you destroy the chosen creature. So that's pretty neat, but it can be anything. Now let's actually jump into some beta gameplay here to show you Afterlife in action. This is the opening screen of the Gods Unchained beta. We'll go to the upper left and press the play button to get into a game. Our decks, or my decks, are on the left side here. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and grab the Afterlife deck, which I created for purposes of this video. We're going to do a practice game against a computer AI because I just want to show you how Afterlife works. So we'll select an AI deck to play against and hit start. Each time you start a game in Gods Unchained, you have to choose a god power and whether to keep or throw back your opening 3 cards. Now the god power for the God of Death that I'm playing includes Undying Wish, which actually is an Afterlife god power. We'll show you that in a moment. Here are the 3 cards that I can choose to keep or individually throw back. They each have an Afterlife ability. Soul Jar, you summon 2 2/2s. And Sentient, you draw a card. And then the Trojan Golem we covered earlier in the video. Okay, our first turn we also drew a Viking Bloodguard, which is the Afterlife to summon 2 1/1s when that card dies. Undying Wish, deal 2 damage to your god, give a creature Afterlife. Summon a 2/2 with Afterlife, summon a 2/2. You can use that god power really effectively to get numerous 2/2 creatures because the Afterlives just keep coming. We didn't have anything to play on our first turn, so we just passed the turn. Alright, let's play an Afterlife creature here. Let's see, Soul Jar seems like a good one. Soul Jar also has burn 1. What that means is at the end of my turn, Soul Jar will take 1 damage. And when Soul Jar dies, Soul Jar summons 2 2/2 creatures. Now what we're going to do here is use the god power on our Soul Jar. So what that means is when Soul Jar dies, Soul Jar is actually going to summon 3 2/2 creatures because we've added a new Afterlife effect. So we're going to put the god power on there. And you'll see how this works as soon as Soul Jar dies. We're going to get a bunch of 2/2s. Okay, he's going to attack my Soul Jar. 1 2/2, 2 2/2, 3. So we got 2 of those from the Soul Jar itself, its Afterlife effect, and then the third one, the Reanimated Corpse, is from using the God power. Let's play something else here. Let's do this guy. I want to show you some card draw. So this creature that we just played, when it dies, the afterlife effect is to draw a card. Golem Centurion is an afterlife to summon a random legendary. Very cool, but it costs 7. So we're actually going to move it to the bottom of our deck. Well, let's use Undying Wish again. Now we're going to attack into Townsfolk. We're going to get 2 more 2/2s. These guys don't have any afterlife effects, so we don't get anything from them. Alright, let's see. We've got a bunch more afterlife cards. Let's play this guy. I think when he dies, we get to draw 2 cards. Both players draw 2 cards. Let's also do this guy. When he dies, I get 2 1/1s. These are all afterlife effects. As you can see, the board starts to fill up pretty big on our side of the board because although the creatures are dying, a lot of them have afterlife, which means I get something else as a result of their death. Rock Drake Egg is cool because you get a relatively large 6/5 creature for only 2 mana, but you need to have 6 cards in hand. Now I have a lot of afterlife effects in here for drawing cards, so it's relatively easy to get up to the 6 cards. I just drew 2 more there. Sulfuric Rain, give all creatures +2 burn and afterlife draw a card. This is a really fun card to play. I mean, it applies to your opponent's creatures, so they get to draw 2. But now normally I wouldn't play it here necessarily, but I want to show you how this card works because it's going to just trigger a whole bunch of afterlives after the burn effect goes off. Let's just attack here. We're going to play this. It's going to put burn +2 on every creature. So all creatures take 2 damage at the end of their player's turn. Just end our turn. All of our guys are going to take 2 damage because it's the end of our turn. His would take 2 damage at the end of his turn. Now each time one dies, I get to draw another card. Except one of those creatures, the first one that died actually allowed me to draw cards as well. So I just drew a whole boatload of cards here, as you can see. And the afterlife effects just kept triggering on all my various cards. I do have a Sand Scorpion I drew, so I'm going to play that here on my turn just to show you what that looks like. Sand Scorpion is very cool because you get to choose 2 afterlife effects from your void and trigger them. So if you play a lot of cards with afterlife for 5 mana, it can be very powerful. Or do you choose 1, excuse me. So let's choose the Soul Jar here. Now we're going to... So the Soul Jar's afterlife effect triggers and we get 2 more 2/2s. I mean, this is the deck that plays a lot of afterlife cards like this is very sticky, as you can see. And that's really the benefit of afterlife, is the card advantage and the board advantage that comes from your cards doing multiple things, both when you first play them and when those cards leave the board. This has been a great video. We've been able to show you a lot of the afterlife effects and how a deck that plays a lot of afterlife has a real stickiness to it and the board can get a bit crazy. Thank you for watching Gods DB. We appreciate your time. Please do punch the thumbs up button, hit subscribe, and have a good one. Bye.